Hi guys! Today I'm going to do a tutorial on doing English roses, and typically this is what I had done when I did English roses. So I'm just going to show you how to do the rose, and then you can sort of put it together and create your own piece of artwork. So this is the kind of style that I'm going to be showing you. It involves a lot of different shades of the same color to sort of bring it out and give it that 3D look. So let's get started. So for this, I am using the simple round brushes in a size 6 and a 9. And as you can see right here, I have been practicing and just trying to play around and see if there's something easier that I can show you. But this is the best technique that I have found, and so I'm just going to try and explain it the best way I can to you. All right, so let's start. I am starting with the yes, I'm going to start with the 9, and I have a couple of pinks and oranges set up over here. So because I've done so much orange already, let's sort of go with the pink for now. So I want to start off really light in color, and I'm going to start the edges. And what I'm doing is I'm just going to create the impression of the edge right here. Something like that, like the petals. And then I want to have a little lighter shade of the pink in there. So I'm just going to go dip the brush in the water and then do another edge. Maybe even put in a hint of that orange. Then for the outer edge, I'm just going to go really light. Make sure you're keeping a space between the petals that we're doing. And just something like that. And then I'm going to go all the way around. Now, the thing with doing something like this is you're winging it in terms of how it looks or how a circle would look. So do your best. And remember, it's still a loose flower, so like a watercolor flower, so it's okay if you don't get it exactly perfect. You can always improvise and like add extra edges or petals or what have you. All right, so this is something I'm just gonna perfect a little bit more. Again, make sure you're doing these little impressions of petals, but you make sure you're leaving enough space, white space in between, to give it that illusion. Okay, now for the center, I'm going to do something. First, I will go on the inside, and with a lot of water and very little color, I'm just going to go a little more, just so that the insides are a little wet before we start the center. All right, so the inside should be lighter, like this part that I'm doing should be lighter than the outsides, okay? And now we're going to go for the center. Now this is the fun part. So this is where I'm going to go darker, and I'm going to start drawing like a flower. And you want to touch that edge that you just did because it's still wet. And you can give it, I think, how many ever petals you want to. Just give it that like starry kind of flower look, flower petal-y look. Okay, and keep on doing it here as well. And then you see how the colors are just kind of bleeding in into the edges, like you want that to happen. And then you go in and you sort of do this. It's just adding a little more detail. I put a little bit of orange in there just to give it that variety. But like I said, put in different variations of the pink, the orange, like whatever extra color you want to introduce. And it adds to the 3D depth of the flower as well. And it's just nicer. And then what I will also do is I'm just going to take a little bit of black. Now this I didn't test out, so forgive me if it doesn't turn out well. And I'm just going to go on the insides just to sort of darken that a little bit more. Oh, always gets me anxious when I try something during recording that I have not tried outside. And I'm not sure how it's going to turn out. And then I'm always dreading, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to record all over again. But I think it's not bad. It's fine. It's turned out okay. So something like that. And then you add as much detail as you want to. Just make sure there's like enough white space in between so you can have that idea and feel of, you know, all the layers and the detail that an English rose has. And then lastly, I'm pleased with how that looks. So I'm just going to sort of go at the edges, just on the outside, just to give hints of darkness in some areas, like shadow almost, you could say. And then it just brings the whole flower, it makes it rather. Oops. There we go. Okay, great. And so this is how you do an English rose. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm just going to, I can't help myself. I need to do a leaf. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that before I say goodbye. I mean, why waste it, right? Like, let's do a leaf as well. All right, so I think leaves are like one of my favorite things to do. Just the green seeping into the color of the flowers is so satisfying. All right, guys, so this is the English rose. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Try it out. Feel free to do several like I did over here. And, you know, add your own little things to it, different kinds of leaves, different kinds of additional flowers around it. But they really are very detailed and such a pretty flower to look at after you've finished. It's kind of stressful while you're doing it. I'm not going to lie. It does stress me out a little bit trying to get all the layers in there. But you know what? Hey, it's another additional flower down your belt that you know how to do. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks so much for watching, and I will check you guys out later. Bye.